Two rednecks, Dale and Billy Ray, were walking downtown window shopping. Suddenly, they see a sign on a store which reads, "Suits $10 each, shirts $2 each, trousers $3 each." Dale says to his buddy,
"Why, Billy Ray, looky there! We could buy a whole gob of these, take them back to Arkansas and sell them and make a fortune. Just let me do the talking, because if they hear your accent, they might think we're ignorant and not want to sell that stuff to us. I'll talk in a slow Texas drawl so they'll know we ain't from Arkansas."
They enter the store. Then, with his best fake Texas drawl, Dale says,
"I'll take 50 of them suits at $10, 100 of them there shirts at $2, and 50 pairs of them trousers at $3. I'll back up my pickup and—"
The owner of the shop interrupts, "Y'all are from Arkansas, ain't you?"
"Well, yeah,"
says a surprised Dale.
"How come y'all knowed that?"
The shop owner replies, "Because this is a dry cleaner's." One sunny day in Ireland, Paddy is sitting in a pub drinking some Guinness. While looking around the pub, he thinks, "Wow, that man over there looks just like me. I think I'm gonna go over there and talk to him." So he walks over to the man and taps him on the shoulder. "Excuse me, sir," he begins, "but I noticed you look just like me." The man turns around and says, "Yeah, I noticed the same thing. Where are you from?" "I'm from Dublin," Paddy replies. "Me too," says the man. "What street do you live on?" "McCarthy Street," replies Paddy. "Me too. What number is it?" the man asks. 162, Paddy replies. "Me too. What are your parents' names?" asks the man. "Connor and Shannon," answers Paddy. The man, almost dumbfounded, says, "Mine too! This is unbelievable!" So they buy some more Guinness and continue talking some more. When the bartenders change shifts, the new bartender asks the other bartender,
"So, what's new today?"
"Oh, nothing much," the other bartender replies. "The Murphy twins are drunk again as usual." A young woman brings home her fiancé to meet her parents. After dinner, her mother tells her father to find out about the young man. The father invites the fiancé to his study for a drink.
"So, what are your plans?"
The father asks the young man. "I'm a scholar," he replies.
"A scholar?"
says the father.
"Admirable. But what will you do to provide a nice house for my daughter to live in, as she's accustomed to?"
"I will study," the young man replies, "and God will provide for us."
"And how will you buy her a beautiful engagement ring such as she deserves?"
asks the father. "I will concentrate on my studies," the young man replies. "God will provide for us."
"And the children?"
asks the father.
"How will you support the children?"
"Don't worry, sir. God will provide," replies the fiancé. The conversation proceeds like this, and each time the father questions, the young idealist insists that God will provide. Later that evening, the mother asks, "How did it go, honey?" The father replied,
"He has no job and no plans. And apparently he thinks I'm God."
A mall manager has 3 spaces to rent, all in a row. A prospective lessee by the name of John shows up and says he wants to rent the space on the left for a menswear shop. "That's fine," the mall manager says. "You also get free signage." "What do you want on the sign?"
"Menswear,"
says John. A second guy named Richard comes along and asks to rent the right-hand space for his gentleman's formal wear business. When asked, he wants menswear on his sign. The mall manager tells him that the left-hand shop will also have the same sign. "No problem," says Richard. Finally, a third man, Gary, comes along to rent the middle space. The manager is somewhat concerned because this guy also has a menswear shop. The manager explains that the shops on either side of his are both menswear, and that's what their signs say. He then asks Gary what he wants on his sign. Gary chuckles and replies, "Main entrance." A guy comes home completely drunk one night. He lurches through the door and is met by his scowling wife, who is most definitely not happy.
"Where the heck have you been all night?"
she demands. At this new bar, he says. It's called the Golden Saloon. Everything there is golden. It's got huge golden doors, a golden floor, and even the urinal's gold. The wife still doesn't believe his story. So the next day, she checks the phone book, finding a place across town called the Golden Saloon. She calls up the place to check her husband's story.
Is this the Golden Saloon?
She asks as the bartender answers the phone.
Yes, it is.
The bartender answers.
Do you have huge golden doors?
She asks.
Sure do.
The bartender replies.
Do you have golden floors?
She asks.
Most certainly do.
The bartender assures her.
What about golden urinals?
She queried skeptically. There's a long pause. Then the woman hears the bartender yelling,
Hey, Duke. I think I got a lead on the guy that pissed in your saxophone last night.
3 old men are reminiscing at a local park. They start complaining about their biggest regrets on getting old. The first man said,
I'd give anything to take a good pee like I did when I was younger. Every morning I get up, it takes me 5 minutes to take a pee, and then it's only a small dribble.
The second old man said,
I'd give anything to take a good dump like I did when I was young. Every morning I sit on the throne and strain until I can finally get a little something out.
The third old man said,
Well, every morning at 5 a.m., I take me a really long pee. Then at 6 a.m., on the dot, I drop a really big log.
The other 2 old men look at him and say,
So what the heck are you complaining about?
The third old man replies,
I don't wake up until 7.
One afternoon, a doctor and his wife were playing golf at the local country club. While on the first tee, his wife drove a 300-yard tee shot straight down the fairway. The doctor was amazed. Wow, I have never seen you play this well before, he said.
Well,
His wife replied.
I took lessons.
A couple of days later, while on the tennis court playing mixed doubles, the wife smashed all of her serves and never missed a point. The doctor said, Wow, I have never seen you hit so well before. His wife replied.
Well, I took lessons.
That night, they settled into a nice dinner at home. The doctor's wife brought out appetizers, 2 perfect plates of beef Wellington, and baked Alaska for dessert. The doctor said, Wow, I have never seen you cook like this before. Again, his wife replied,
Well, I took lessons.
That night after dinner, she gave him that look, and they went upstairs to their bedroom. About 30 minutes later, the doctor rolled over and said, Wow, that was amazing! Before his wife could speak, he added, I want a divorce.